Hey guys, Sean Terry here, Flip2Freedom.com. All right, so here is the question. What happens when you hit a slump, right? You're crushing, writing up contracts, doing deals, closing deals, and all of a sudden you hit a slump and literally no contracts coming in, no revenue coming in. You might have your team, guys aren't getting contracts, you're not getting contracts, and you're wondering what the heck is going on. You start to panic. So, why am I saying this? Because right now we are in a slump in my real estate business, and we literally have got 2 contracts in the last 3 weeks, and it's embarrassing to say. It's not a laughing matter. It sucks. So what do you do? What do you do when you hit a slump? Now, I've been doing this for 15 years. We hit slumps all the time. It's just part of the game. You have to identify, number one, why you're in a slump, what happens in a slump, and then how to get out of a slump very, very quickly. I've been super busy, but anyways, the bottom line is number one, why we got in a slump, right? Identifying exactly what happened. Number one, when it comes to getting a slump, it's either one of 2 problems, or it's both actually. And in our case, it's more of one, but it's essentially both. It's either the amount of leads coming in your business every single week, or it's the conversion on those particular leads that are coming in your business, right? So our situation is essentially both, right? So what we do is what I have done as an affirmative action to step into the business and really start doubling down and pressing to figure out the problem. Number one is first identify what is the problem. Well, we looked at our leads have plummeted over the last 3 weeks dramatically on several different reasons. Number one, our mail house had some issues getting our mail out. We had new lists that we switched, new mail pieces that we switched around. So our mail has essentially delayed over a 2-week period, which plummeted leads, number one. Number two, we fired our Google management company, which now we're revamping our Google AdWords, where then our leads plummet because we're having to re-ramp our Google AdWords. That's number two. Number three, for some weird reason, all during why this is happening, we had our ringless voicemail, RVM lead machine software that we're working with, just out of the blue, they deleted our campaign. So our campaign has not been running, and we haven't caught it for the past essential week or so. So that being said, we haven't had our direct mail popping. We haven't had our ringless voicemail. Our cold calling's just lame and just doing okay. So nothing's really popping on the lead front. So what happens is our leads plummet. So when it comes to tracking your numbers, tracking your KPIs, tracking how many leads are coming into our business, we need about 100 plus leads coming in our business every single week to just be humming. And our leads plummeted down to 10 to 25 in a week, which is terrible, right? So when that happens, right, you have issues. Number one, so we have a lead problem. We had to identify very quickly and get in front of, not very quick, it's taken 3 weeks. This is because and I take the responsibility for it because I haven't stepped in front of it and really pressed on it. But the bottom line is, number one is leads. So what was my affirmative action? Freaking, we got to ramp up the leads, right? Get the Google AdWords intact ASAP. Number one, get the we've got it. That has to happen. Get that going as fast as humanly possible, which we've done. Number two is we doubled up our direct mail. We've doubled up our direct mail so we could essentially drop that direct mail. We got to get that direct mail out. So essentially instead of doing less direct mail, doubled up the direct mail and get more leads coming in that way. And then we've got our ringless voicemail re-engaged, reactivated, and got that dialed in. So that immediately is going to bring a massive influx of leads coming into the business, number one, which is going to be huge because they're targeted list on the direct mail. They're targeted with the RVM. And obviously Google AdWords is highly targeted on the keywords we focus on, right? So that's going to solve problem number one. Problem number two is conversion, right? So what do we do with conversion? Well, we've got to go back and look at every single lead and a lead to appointment ratio. So how many leads did we get into? How many appointments we made? That percentage should be about 80%. For the amount of leads coming into the appointment should be about 80%. And then the closing ratio from the appointments to actual closing should be about 30%, right? 30%. On an average basis. Now, the better the sales guy, the better the conversion. The sales guy is newer and they're still working, they're trying to figure out and deal structure, all that type of stuff, then it's not going to be 30%, right? They're going to be less. They're going to be, 20, 15%. So I can go and I have a lot higher conversion because I know a lot different deal structure. I can talk to sellers. I've been doing it for a while, but we can't expect that right directly from a guy that's either in the business fairly new or even if they've been in it for a year, it still takes time to be able to understand deal structure. So anyways, 30% on average, they're going to get 3 out of 10 contracts. They're going to get 6 out of 20 if they're good actual appointments and they're good appointments that they're going on. So 80% of the leads to appointments, 30% if they're really good, maybe 20% if they're just average, and anything under 20% is below average. That needs to be worked on. So now what we're going to do is go back on every single appointment, and we're going to go look at every single lead coming in and make sure that we were able to convert every single lead coming in so we could be able to get those deals converted. We talk to every seller, talk to every appointment, talk to every potential lead, talk to every potential deal coming in, and make sure we literally made the right offer, the strategic offer, the highest offer. That we did a down payment arbitrage if we could. We did an option play if we could. Anything we could possibly do to turn that potential lead into a potential deal. Then we go through back every single lead over the past 3 weeks, make sure we turned make sure every stone was turned to make sure we can make anything happen with these sellers. So that we went back through every single one of those leads, and literally we pulled out deals, or we're pulling out deals in contracts and opportunities, in revisiting those opportunities and to be able to get those contracts done. So the bottom line is that slumps happen. They're going to happen in your business. It's either a leads issue or it's a conversion issue. In our case, it was a leads issue, which we addressed immediately. Not immediately, it took us 3 weeks, but we addressed. Now I addressed. And number two is getting into the conversion and make sure we can convert better. The other thing too is if you have sales guys on your team, make sure that they are writing physical offers on every single appointment, and then have them bring you those contracts that coincide with the appointments. Meaning, if they have an appointment, where's the contract? Show it to me. I want to see it. I want to see the written contract that you actually submitted to that seller, that you sent it to, or whatever. You sent them an actual physical contract. I want to see it written up. Show me the contract. Show me, right? Show me the contract. Now, guess what? That means they're in a habit of going on every appointment. Even if the seller says, I don't want it, just say, listen, just give me your email. I'm going to send you a contract anyways. It's just part of my job. That's what I got to do. I'm going to send you a contract. You never know, down the road, you might come around and we can have a conversation. So I want to see every single written contract that coincides with the appointment that was made, and that's going to do that. Number two is we're going to have a compliance call where we're going to have someone else call that seller and make sure an actual appointment, on that appointment, that there was a written offer made, they showed up on time, and they rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 so we can make sure that a sales guy is not falling through the cracks on anything, right? So we're going to hold them tight accountable. We're going to hold them accountable to the numbers. We're going to make sure that we got the leads coming in. And that's how you identify and really hone in on if you go through a slump, because everyone's going to go through it. You're going to go through it. Your team's going to go through it. It's part of it. And things happen in the business. Mail happens, leads come in, influx in and out. It's just part of the game. Just get part of it. Mail houses change, lists change. and you got to be able to adapt and overcome and get in front of it as quick as possible, and be able to handle that situation, because as soon as you get those deals and leads coming in, the conversion happens, you'll be right back on track, getting contracts in, closing deals. So I'll give you an update here in the future as this progression happens, but I just want to let you know, hey, it happens to me, happens to everybody. Don't freak out, just go out and handle it, get in front of the leads, get in front of the conversions, and you can make it happen and go out there and crush it. So hope this helps. Have a phenomenal day, go out there and crush it, and God bless.